Let him know.
I sort of did
Asian
that
guys.
follow thing once, and I still think back to it. I've told this story before, but here it is. I'm going to school at night, so it's like 10:30, 11 p.m. at night, and I'm in my car and I'm driving home, and there's a girl walking on the sidewalk, and she is beautiful. Beautiful. If you spend your time out and about amongst the population, you see a girl this stunning once every 3 months. Like, she's just that one. And I'm looking at her in my car driving home, exhausted from my sexy job as an accountant during the day and then school at night. And I see her and just jaw dropping, like, what the fuck? And just the way traffic was slow and the lights and stuff, I kept like catching up to her and seeing her again. And like, I wasn't following her. I was just going home, but she must have thought I was, and she quickened her pace. But so did traffic, right? I'm just sort of like following her in my car in bumper to bumper traffic. And she takes a look at me one last time and then starts running off. Like, she turns and just runs sideways. And I'm like, she's definitely running.
So I get out of the car.
The story just
and she's quick and all, but I'm in a Honda.
It's clearly a runner, but she's no
Chevy
match.
Cavalier station.
So
wagon.
I barrel her down there in a Wendy's parking lot. And when she comes to, we're in the ICU, and I'm her husband.
She sprinted off
because
just by leering at her.
Because you do OnlyFans, I'm curious. Have you ever had any like disturbing run-ins or shit like that with a creepy fan?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
No. All the people that I talk to are pretty very nice, very
What's
polite.
What's the most amount
awkward.
that one gentleman has sent your way? Like who's your biggest donator? Not who, but how what's your biggest donate?
Like there's okay. Let's a guy who's really into giantess stuff.
Shit.
Yeah, like
like camera angles, like looking up at you, and you're like gonna stomp him.
Wants me to, like this person would want me
Good
to
3, 5, 4, fuck.
This person
I am
would want
going to make you come.
I like it.
Yeah.
This person would want me to take like angles, like photos of me, like about like holding some just like this, right? And like take me photos of like me about to put it in my mouth. But then
that's
I'll
Vor.
Yeah, Vor and also giantess too. They like
Sick.
Vor and giantess.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah, they would want me to like draw a cartoon character. They would want me to draw the step of picking them up, or like a video of me like picking them up, like the camera, and then like putting
Uppies.
the camera up to my mouth, like I'm eating them. Like that's the strangest one that I've had, but it's not
Is that a
hurting
recurring
anyone.
Let me give you a
thing?
recommendation. Here's an interesting camera angle. It just came to me. Could you like
All right.
take a hot dog bun and sort of wrap it around, like have the camera lens look through the hot dog bun so that when you
Ooh.
bite it, like it looks like you're seeing part of you being taken off?
Ooh, I have hot dog buns. That's a good idea.
Boom,
Yeah,
you're
I want that camera angle. Yeah. Oh, well, that's really dark shit.
Do
How much
people
is
donate
that?
for custom content? Is that how that works? What does it cost?
It's like $10 a minute. For stuff. He like tips me a lot just to do it. And he's like, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Thank you so much." And he like tips me heavy. I'm like, "Oh, thank you." He's like, every message that he sends, he tips me a lot. I'm like, "Wow, thank you." And he's like, I have this other idea that I'd like you to do. Here's an idea. Then I do the idea, and then he tips me a lot. Like, "Oh my goodness, this is so hot. Thank you." Like,
Dude, Taylor, imagine if we had titties. Like, because I'm thinking right now how I'd be like, "Mama's hungry." like I guarantee if you send him that message right now, you can make $100 before we can get off this call.
Oh, easily. Like, how is the way it works that this guy paid you, and then for like 2 months he's like, boom, I got my video of her pretending to eat me, I'm solid? Or is it like every week he's got to go back to the well because he can't pretend to be eaten the same way over and over?
He would ask for a custom. I do the custom. Then he like send like a lot of money with like this message of like, "Oh my goodness, this is so hot. Thank you." And then he would send me like a week later this like long message of his fantasy, but he also sent a lot of money to that. It's like, oh, I have this
What's a
big
lot?
fantasy.
Like $50?
Like $50.
Yeah.
$50 per message is it's a lot.
It's a lot to message.
And I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, oh, I'm getting so turned on describing this to you right now. Like, that's also his fetish. I'm like, okay, cool. And it's like, I have another custom idea, and then I do the custom. He's like, oh, this is so fucking hot. This is awesome. And then he send me a bunch of messages like, oh, this is amazing. You did it so great, you know. And also, I'm a weirdo degenerate myself, so I totally get the audience. I also do have pissman salad as well. But there's also what's interesting.
I didn't get that.
What is pissman salad? Is that
it's
your
piss stuff?
Piss
Oh, okay.
No,
it's just
all
piss.
You know, I mean, I'm proud of the fact that I was 100% like on board with her with no lag. You only had a tiny bit of lag, Taylor, and Woody was like, "Wait, what now?"
I didn't get that piss mint were two different words.
None of us should have. But the fact that any of us that's hilarious. You're like, I love your reaction. It's just piss stuff.
There's also a lot of different variation. Like there's a guy who wanted me to dress up as a teacher. He gave me this really long script and he wanted me to scold him like, oh, you've been really naughty. You've been such a bad boy. What are you doing here? And he would want me to do that stuff. There's also a guy who wants me to put duct tape on my mouth and just like photos of duct tape on my mouth.
I can relate.
Pissing and cosplay literally pays our rent. It's fun.
Damn. So business is booming.
Yeah.
Good.
So have you put the duct tape on
funny.
your mouth before? Have you done that?
Yeah, I've done a few photos, few videos. Like there's this one particular time where he asked me to put duct tape around myself and also duct tape on my mouth and just like a minute just be looking kind of bored like meh, meh,
He doesn't want you to look afraid.
Yeah. I mean, it's against Fansly TOS for me to look afraid. So I just look bored.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what? I'm so fascinated by someone sending you an entire script. So when they send you the whole script, are you firing out the video like, here's the script, read it and do it and send the video back? Or are you like taking different takes where you say it and you're like, oh, that wasn't convincing, that sucked, and then you try it again?
I've done like whenever I do these scripts, I do like a couple of takes. Like for maybe if I mess up saying a word on the first time, then I'm like, oh damn it, I gotta do it again. This guy like specifically wanted me to write down his script, and what was funny about the script is it had no punctuation whatsoever. It was just a one long ramble.
What an idiot.
Equivalent of a 5-paragraph essay, but no punctuation at all.
It wasn't Taylor.
So I had to do the punctuation. I would write down it with like punctuation, and then I would act it out because this guy gave me no direction whatsoever, and he was like, "Oh my goodness, this is so great!" Blah 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 blah, and then like he tipped me more. I'm like, okay. This is fun.
Was the script a giant one or a P one? I don't recall.
It was different. It was this script one specifically.
The teacher one, right?
It was the teacher
I want a
one.
giant P one where like I'm a claymation figure and the P is slowly like climbing higher and higher on the thing I'm trapped in, and it's gonna drown me.
Ooh, well, that's a good idea. I gotta do that.
I like claymation.
Claymation's cool.
Are you being peed on? Or are you peeing on things? Or is it just all pee? All things piss?
I get pissed on some of the videos. I piss outside for some of the videos.
So your boyfriend help you with that? Is that how that goes?
Yeah, he pisses on me sometimes.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
Do you have to like, I imagine you have to prep like a video worthy pee. And so probably like you have to pee for a solid hour before you're like, all right, fire it up.
Yeah.
We gotta make this count. I got one big piss in me.
The hardest part is like when I really have to piss, and it's like, okay, I have to set up the camera, and I got to make sure I don't like piss all over while I'm setting up the camera. So that's the hardest part.
So you're waiting to the point that you're about to pee all over yourself before you set the camera up.
Yeah, that's what makes the best videos.
That's what we want.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what everyone wants.
You want to be like in jeans, like holding their crotch, like doing that little dancey thing, like, oh no, whatever am I gonna? Oh, shame! And then you make that like silly Japanese face. Yeah.
When you're not outside, do you like pee? Like, mostly, I would imagine shower, right? Like where there's a nice drain, or are you throwing a tarp down? How are you keeping clean?
There's shower, toilets, just outside. If I get pissed on, then I shower afterward.
That's fair.
I do have plans though to do Yaira piss porn, and also getting pissed on specifically. Yaira is a character from the Rippaverse. It's Eric July's comic book company. Her name is Yaira. I'm dressed as her right now, actually.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to be releasing some Yaira porn. By the time this comes out, I'll definitely have at least one set out on the OnlyFans and Fansly. And and also just like this, the plan to do some Yaira piss porn. Yaira's the character's name.
Okay.
So that's
in the Rippaverse, for those who don't remember, is the comic book universe of Eric July, who Dick Masterson has been in a feud with for a good long while now.
Yeah. So in essence, you're having the character of Dick's enemy be pissed on?
Pissed on, pissing outside. I'm mostly like
have you seen him these photos? Does he know this writer? Does he know his character is the subject of piss play?
I don't know, but I'm sure people will tell him.
They will.
After you said that on this show, he will find out.
Yeah. Well, I personally like to do like stuff outside, like in the woods, just because like toilets are dirty and gross, and I'm not a big fan of toilet piss porn. I like more like outside stuff. So that's the goal. I'm gonna just do it in this without the veto hat. By the way, I should clarify, without the veto hat. So actually, specifically, when the Yaira campaign launches, that's when I'm going to be doing Yaira piss porn.
Of course.
Hell yeah! Check out
correctly.
Mint Salad. Her link is below with all the piss porn. Like, I have to imagine that. Like,
I don't just do piss porn, but that's
you do the other stuff as well. Like,
also a giantess.
I'm putting. She has a giantess. She's a teacher. She wears a lot of hats. I'm picturing myself like doing what you do, and like having to act as a teacher and like read a script and reformat it and like add semicolons and shit. Like, after doing all of that, it must be kind of like easy day at work when it's like, what am I doing? I'm pissing in a toilet, and then I'm pissing on a bunch of acorns under a fucking oak tree, and then I'm pissing near a football stadium. Like, is the piss stuff the easiest shit to do? Like, you're just peeing, right?
I would say it is pretty. I'd say it's the hardest part of pissing, piss porn is holding it. As it's like, you have the urge to piss whenever you need the piss, but when you record piss porn, you gotta hold it, and it's like, oh shit, I hope I don't piss myself. So that's the idea there. But also, for anyone who's not into piss porn, I made sure to make like separate accounts, very separate. So you have to be looking for this account specifically if you're interested in this. Pissman Salad is the piss porn account, but my main account is Titsman Salad. Just for the rest of it. For the normal guys. Yeah.
No, I don't
for the
say
guys
that.
Who just like the tits. Well, for the normal guys. Well, don't argue with me that being into tits is equal normal to being into pee.
I mean, I don't judge. You know, Taylor. like.
Well, look at the popularity numbers.
I'm just alt normal.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. Just because more people like something doesn't mean it's better.
Oh no, it's saying more popular. Yeah.
I'm curious.
Same thing.
Am I the first piss porn person on the show?
No, you're like 5th, 6th.
The 5th or 6th?
No, of course you're the only piss
Of course
porn
you're the
person.
only piss
Kyle's
porn.
here every night.
Well, that's fun.
I I think you guys had Arya on when I wasn't here or something. I don't know if I was locked up.
I don't think she was a
otherwise.
pee porn person, and that was like 9 years ago.
Yeah, it was 9 years ago. Yeah.
May have been 10 years ago. Like genuinely,
Vor is hilarious
10 years
though.
ago.
Like we've looked pretty deeply into Vor before.
Yeah.
The idea of being consumed usually by a sexy large woman, and the animation is just upsetting. Although it's clear that Attack on Titan, whoever come up with that whole idea, has a Vor fetish. There's no way. Like you've never seen Attack on Titan, Taylor?
No, I know it's an anime. I know it's an anime.
It's an anime about defending the last city against gigantic, like human-looking monsters. I mean, gigantic, like skyscraper size sometimes, who just eat you. And they've got these like dead looks and these big chompers, and it's Vor. It's Vor is very odd to me. I don't understand how you get there. Like there's baby steps to everything. Like spanking could start as some light tap, and then it could end up being like canes and whips and such. I get the progression. There's a clear path.
Mm-hmm.
If Vor is step 5? What was step 4, 3, 2, and 1?
Yeah, like how do you? I see what you mean. Like, what's the initial like? Ooh, I like this about being eaten, because being eaten.
He says feeders and stuffers are in a similar like casting crew with maybe just eating things and food.
What is a
fetishes
stuffer
in general?
Is that just
I don't know what
is that just the person being fed?
Or the stuffer is the person feeding, right? No.
Well, then who's the feeder?
Oh, the stuffer,
Feeder
I guess, is the receptive.
The feeder is the stuffer.
Okay. That one's weird to me. I've seen those Reddit posts where people will be like, I just realized that my fiance is a feeder and he's been fattening me up and I don't know what to do. And like, it's like, I'm glad my life's simpler than that. That's fucked.
Yeah.
I am not that. I don't want to be fat.
When no one wants to be fat.
Be bad for business.
No one does.
When you're like you're very into art and all of that. And so how many takes does it take you when you're pretending to be a big giant cannibal to get one that you're like fucking nailed it?
It takes a few photos. Like if I'll be like, okay, this angle isn't necessarily right. Maybe this angle, maybe I do something more dramatic, like I'm looming over the camera, so I like giant, and then I'll be like, okay, this is a nice camera photo. I also make sure to do plenty of lots of lights. I'm a really big fan of lighting in not just the Vor stuff, but just in all the porn that I make is heavy emphasis on lighting because I'm an artist and just love the colors, and colors are so important. So like the Vor stuff has great lighting. Like I make sure to emphasize the lighting. Like maybe if there's like a lot of behind me lighting, or maybe there's a lot of lighting surrounding me, but like there's heavy shadow on my face, and so I look more looming and more intimidating. And then it's like, okay, here's a good artistic shot. And then like the next shot, like if I'm picking up the camera and I'm like, okay, I got to make sure there's a lot of good light on my face. Like none of the light is being obstructed by my phone. I just pick it up and then just like make sure there's no shadows on my face, no harsh shadows. And I feel a good lighting also establishes like the mood too of the scene. If I'm doing something blue, it's like maybe it's a colder environment, or something warm. It's like, oh, it's a nice warm environment. But there's also if I do some red lighting, it's like, oh, this person's in danger. This person is in heavy danger. And if this person specifically wants me to signify that they're in danger, then I'll use some red lighting.
I hope your fans appreciate this. I wonder if it's lost on them.
I don't know. A lot of people really like the colors.
So, you know.
What'd you say, Taylor?
I said their fans are jacking off to it. And so they probably appreciate it without internalizing the level of care.
Yeah, right. They know it's good. They just don't know why.
I mean, that's some Scorsese stuff. No, all jokes aside, right? Like you got when they're burying the body after they beat the guy to death, the maid guy, and they're disposing of the body. everything's cast in that red light, let you know this is it. This is what this is. They are
Sinister.
in danger.
Who made Tenet?
They've made the mistake. That's it. They're done.
Who made Tenet?
Christopher Nolan.
He did Colors too, right? I might be mixing this up, but all the forward and time scenes are blue and all the reverse time scenes are red, or I have that backwards. But it's
something.
They use little all sorts of red and blue like little hints here and there, like the carabiner on the jacket or something, or his backpack or his keychain or something. There's little hints as you're going through of that. Tenet is needlessly complex, and I saw it the one time. I was very impressed. It was cool.
It's fine.
I'm never going to watch that again. It was fine. Yeah.
What's the strangest thing you've ever been asked to pee on?
Probably just I haven't done any piss customs, but I think the strangest thing I've pissed on has to be like a log. Probably, yeah.
Oh, just in the woods.
I mean, I've
just
done
a
that.
log. Yeah.
I think we've all pissed on logs.
I made no money from it.
I mean,
they've been paid.
I definitely got to meet the other pissers. There isn't a good piss porn community gathering anywhere that I know of. So
are there any like real ghouls who are like, I want to see the video of you wolfing asparagus and coffee down before you pee?
I'll probably get those sometime. I think probably the most weird piss request was somebody wanted me to piss in some blue jeans, like as like a desperation thing.
Hey, that's not weird at all.
Yeah, that's super common. That's like the main one. Yeah.
So they just wanted you to sit down and be like, "Oh no,
lots of cool people are into that."
Or like in public too. They wanted me to do that in like public with people around.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Would you do that? I'm actually curious.
Can we access that somewhere?
A public pee? Are you too shy for that?
You gotta go.
No.
You gotta go.
No.
Yeah.
Woody, do you want to like pool our funds here? And
I think it would take $5 each, from what I've gathered. Is
that's what I'm looking at here.
My
you guys
favorite.
Can just link me. I'll steal the content.
My favorite.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
No, we wouldn't do that. Never.
My favorite type is like a long car drive. Then I'm like on the side of the road. It's like, ooh, someone could see me. Ooh. And it's like right next to my car or something. And there's like people passing by while like I take a leak on the side of the road. And then people are like really into that. Like, oh my goodness, this is so hot. Holy shit.
And when you do that, you can't post it. Like it has to be you don't share customs, right? You make it for one guy and no one else gets it.
Yeah, I don't share customs. I don't even take customs, just how busy that I am. But I do take requests and then I will do them eventually. But I don't take customs right now.
Okay.
So busy.
So you get way more customs on the normal page with giants and teachers. And the piss one is more of like more of a specialist, more of a connoisseur.
Yeah. But I'm always down for requests, because people come to me like, oh, here's an idea, can you do this? I'm like, oh, I would never have thought of this. Actually, this is a really good idea. I'll definitely do this.
Oh, I believe your audience has many ideas you've never even thought of.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, sure, I'll do this just for you. Like,
does your boyfriend get jealous of you making content?
No.
Does he get jealous at all?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't. No, he's like,
well, he probably has to participate in it for like, sex stuff, right?
Yeah. I do like blowjob videos with him, which is why I want the lock and load, so I can get more bigger facials.
We're in the wheelhouse.
And we've done a couple of sex tapes. The only reason why we haven't been making more is because I got to get my IUD replaced. I'm just waiting on that. But once I get my IUD replaced, a lot more sex tapes coming. And also, he's fat too, so he wants to get fit for the sex tape.
You got to get him linked up with Mary.
We got the hookup for you guys.
Oh, every sponsor here can help out. You guys can be stoned. He can be coming a lot. He can be fit. We can get him nice and jacked.
Yeah.
We can get him jacked and coming like a horse.